Hello, everybody. This is Mickey D with Season 2, Episode 11 of Stationeers. Picking pretty much right up where we left off. Well, actually, I haven't moved at all from the last stream. And I did save in a new slot, as I tend to do. Especially since I've now been up for 25 hours straight, not by my choice, but I have to stay up for a phone call, which if is not here by the end of the stream means I can go to bed because they close and they'll be closed. So, yeah, fun times. So, and we got an autosave. Of course. And we need to check potatoes. Because it's the beginning of the stream. That's how we do. We check potatoes. Thank you. And somehow it... Oh, that was when I died. Okay. And potatoes are harvestable. Grab a potato. Of course. Of course, of course. But... so last episode, we kind of straightened out our power issues, which was basically we needed to have a, speaking of power, we need to have a transformer on there, as that increases the priority, so it will send power to the APC and not just the base. And we need to eat, it looks like. Which we do got. Some lovely baked potatoes, which was the other thing we took care of. And look how long it takes to eat a potato. And the potato, look at that, 50% now. Very nice. We gotta, run our cooling, harvest our potatoes. And then we can get on to the, well, more exciting stuff. Which is going to be hopefully some automation. I love it how the whole potato just disappears. Or the whole thing just disappears. That's awesome. Maybe that one wilted a little bit. Who knows? Alright, as soon as we get down to 30 degrees, we can move on to some other stuff. And I want to see... no. So, I had a suggestion to change the, to set the output scaling. It's still throwing the... I don't know what is up with that. Because right now, I'm over the X, obviously. But, for whatever reason, I don't know. I think it's a bug in Streamlabs. I can find no rhyme or reason for that. Okay, we're down to... We're almost there. We'll get down to about 30 degrees. Hopefully, we should actually, I have to check, but we might be able to make the automated hydroponics now. I'm not sure. We've got some, and I didn't change out the battery, but it's alright. We're on, we're still green on that one, and that's yellow. And that's only filtering, which is just basically not really doing anything, actually, because it's only for pollution. I should throw one in there for O2. But hopefully we should not actually be running that for very much longer, so there we go. I'll tell you what, we get our automated hydroponics going up, and we're going to have plenty of potatoes to start off with, that's for sure. So, electronics print, yes, because we are going to want that. Copper, which we have, so not that big of an issue. And before I forget, we should change our soup battery. All the maintenance stuff. Lovely. Alright. Look at that. Now we can make one. We should put some more copper in there, though, too, because electronics printer does use quite a bit of copper. Though we have a nice 227 grams of steel in there. It's going to last quite a while. And I swear, every time all of a sudden the flares start working like that, I think like things are just bursting into flames. It's still running. Which, what is running? What is crafting over here? Oh, that's the, I was just putting them in the wrong machine. Did I say I've been up for 25 hours? That's what happens. Okay, 192. Oh, maybe I was putting it in the right machine. Who knows? We got 357 in there. Yeah, we're definitely sitting pretty good on resources right now. Except for some of the alloys, we are still kind of... oh, now what else do we need for that? Actually, we can go look at it on the computer. And we did get the elevator in last episode, which is nice. Which was a little bit of a fumble as well, because it's the first time I've put in an elevator. Look at that. Nice charged up solars. Let's see. Daylight sensor facing east. It is. Power in, supply side. Consumer side, batch writer, LED, LED. So LEDs, I believe one of those is, okay, power display. Oh, and then the time until, yeah. Yeah, because this one has a timer on it for some reason. Which we don't really care about. I think hooking up the displays. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Oh, I do love the elevator, though. So nice. That is very, very convenient. It makes me want to add more floors to the base. Okay, so let's... So we have that facing east. We're good there. We could try just pulling these out. I don't really want to... I know that circuit's working. I mean, this should be working. I have not got the call. So, at least not yet. There's still potential I could get it within the next 2 hours. But we'll do an hour and a half for the stream, and that will put us at 5:30. My time, they close at 6. If I don't hear a call by 5:30, then I know they're not going to call. Because for one, it is coming a UPS truck, and UPS is already ran by then at the latest. All right, how do we want to... I kind of want to... I'm going to dig this out a little bit, because I want to put it here, but since I haven't used this before, I want to make sure I can reactivate this if need be, until we're sure that this is going to work. Because this is my first fun time with IC circuits. So what could go wrong? Except I'll probably put this down and it's going to fall through the ground. Okay, no, thank you. Yeah, no, we're expecting 2 calls today. One for my wife's car. They're supposed to be telling us, you know, an estimate on the repairs. Which we did look at it on Friday, which I don't know if I've mentioned, but it's not as bad as it could be. She did destroy a fender, but doesn't seem to really hurt too much else. And her windshield washer pump, not pump, reservoir. But her front bumper, and she destroyed the passenger side headlight. But the fender basically ripped off the headlight, which is what it destroyed that. As far as I know, it's probably destroyed. It popped it off. I think it broke the mounts for it. So the headlight itself is fine, but it's broken the mountings for it. So we'll have to replace it. And it ripped her front bumper cover off. But it didn't actually hurt it. Not even a scratch on it. So, okay. So data, yeah, we're going to go up to that side. Oh, isn't that lovely? It's like, that's going to bother me because it's upside down. What? What? Does that not go in? What did I do? I see editor. Alright. So obviously I'm using this wrong because it will not let me put this in there, which is what I thought. It dropped in there. No. Oh, fun times with new stuff. Alright, what am I doing wrong on this? We got the icy housing. And then I figured... Oh. Okay. Well, now how do you get the editor? Oh, do we have to have the computer? She was in a merge lane. And the car in front of her slowed down. Yeah, I got the chip. I realized that afterwards. But now, how do I program the chip? Yeah. Oh, is it not this one? The clear integrated circuit? Ah, integrated circuit. Okay. Oh, hey. I just told you to change. Integrated circuit. Thank you. Oh, wait. Why does it keeps switching? Build, integrate. Oh, okay, never mind. It's saying clear, integrate. Oh, my God. Did I mention I've been up for 25 hours? Oh, yeah, that was the integrated circuit. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, we'll let it finish. And we can eat another potato while we wait. As we slowly, you know, you gotta savor your potatoes. But yes, so basically, and it's up for debate on who's at fault. The insurance is still trying to figure out. Yeah, I did the motherboard editor. Yeah, I see editor. But now, how can you put them together? And do I have anywhere to put this? Is the question. We're gonna need more storage. There we go. Okay, so we have that. Nope. I mean, do I have to hook the computer into... I should have done a quick Google search before I tried doing this. Though, of course, if I need the housing, it's out stuck on the wall over there. Okay, because obviously that's not going to fit in there. There goes me the editor. Okay. Now, do I actually have to put the housing down, hook it into the data line to program it? Is that the way it works? That's annoying. I guess we could just take the computer out there because we don't actually need it in here. And we got an autosave. That's kind of a pain. You think they would just give you... You think they would just give you a circuit board that you would pop, you know, the program, and then you would pop it in the circuit. Try turning what off and back on again. Oop, I'm dropping stuff. There we go. Because I want... Oh, that's a battery too. Ah, that's right. I keep thinking one of those is a computer, or a computer. Well, we have another computer upstairs. Oh. And we don't have space to carry it anyway. All right. Well, I know we have more upstairs. I say that, and I'll go upstairs, and there will not be another one. Actually, do we have space in our... No. No. Uniform. Oh, we're carrying a battery there, which is... I didn't even know it was there, so... Which we're full up over there. I should really, really recycle some of these. All right. Now, somewhere around here we have... computer. All right. We've got cabling on us. Yeah. Well, no, I get the chip that we put in there. And then, okay, so I guess we're going to do something really funky. Now I've got a really narrow hallway because this is not the way I was thinking this was going to work. But that'll work. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand that that goes in there. I was thinking that the motherboard editor was going to go in there because I didn't realize that I didn't notice that when I was scrolling through originally, because I made this a long time ago, and I was like, oh, there it is right there. All right, so we can pull power off of this. If I can get this lined up. Because, you know, I wasn't planning on setting a computer out here. Yes, but what I'm asking is to program that. I'm assuming I have to run off of the computer from the editor to load it into the chip. Because I'm assuming I don't have to just leave, you know, a computer hooked into it. Or do I? Okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking that the actual editor chip that we threw in the computer, you know, this, I was thinking that that was going to go in there. I didn't realize there was a separate chip. which obviously there is. Oh, really? And we're have that little. Good enough. And we gotta go get more cable. All right, we'll get this straightened out. Not 5. Take 50. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that would be annoying, which would make sense. I mean, now that I know, I can just pop that down next to it. But it's just kind of annoying that they don't just make, look, there's one right there on it. So why not make that pop onto there? You program it, pop it out, and then you can just pop it in there. But, hey, it is what it is. Okay. Now, this is actually going to draw more power. So we're going to kill the battery a little bit, but that's all right. And data's in on the top, which we're going to want it hooked in up here anyway, so it can read into the solar panels. And we're going to need power to it. All right, we're moving along on this now. Actually, do housing on. Okay, so now I'm saying I see housing, yes. And we're going to say export, I'm assuming. Yes, I know, you're not going to work because I don't have you all hooked up yet. All right, so, and man, the glare from your light. Daylight sensor is D0. All right, so we should be able to rip all this off. If I remember what. And really, who pulls off circuits with a screwdriver? I guess we do.
Light on.
Okay. And let's clean up this mess. Okay. And we just disconnected the power, didn't we? Yes. But we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. This will give us quite a bit of wiring back, at least. That's pretty much all going to be gone anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll have to see what our new power draw. Our new power draw should be a lot less. Thankfully. That's more we can put towards our power-hungry base. Now, I'm assuming I don't have to direct connect these, and I can just set, I guess, each pin, for the lack of a better word. Port? Maybe port. Okay. And I think actually one of those, we needed a batch writer. I am pretty sure. Yes, batch writer. Logic processor. Let me guess, it's the only one that fell through the ground, right? We'll turn it around to match. on, batch writer. Oh, come on. Thank you. Yeah, we don't really care. That. And just a junction. We don't actually have a part on that side, do we? No. We don't have one on that side either. Oh, actually, we can straighten that up when we do the computer. We do need one there, though. And, yeah, we can just run down on that one. Oh. All right. So. Ow. All right. Screwdriver. I think. So, daylight sensor. Really, you're going to make me scroll through all of the solar panels. Batch writer, no device. Solar panel. Why aren't you finding... it's right there. Daylight sensor facing east. Solar panel. Or panel. Batch writer. Alright, why aren't you reading it? Oh, you know why? I know why. It's not hooked into the data line. It's hooked into the power line. Yeah. We'll do a little crossover here. That would do it. And then we're probably going to end up cleaning this up afterwards, because this is going to be a mess. Okay, now it should find it. Once we go through all the solar panel. I'm so glad we're setting this up in the beginning now. Well, it would have been nice if we set it up when we originally wanted to. Daylight sensor. Thank you. D power in. Power in. D1 is supply side. Oh, is that which side is the... solar panel? Power in and power out. Oh, wait a minute. I think we're supposed to have, which it's not showing on here, I think we need 2 cable analyzers. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Browse, subscribe. Let me check. Yeah, I think on this one we need 2 cable analyzers, and we set one on the power side and one on the output side, and that's how it does the, which we might not actually need. Yes, we're supposed to have 2 cable analyzers. And we need a memory chip. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I think it must write to the memory chip. Plus memory chip for multiple panel setup. Batch writer. Well, obviously batch writer, yes. I don't know why we would need a memory chip, though. It should still be able to batch write, whether or not we have. Oh, oop, not that one. There we go. Oh, let's combine those. Thank you. Memory chip. All right, says it wants a memory chip. Hey, look, we can put one right there. Convenient. Okay, I'm assuming it's going to want to write to that. We do need 2 cable analyzers, though.
Damage. Temperature low. Temperature
I got to remember to turn the
critical.
thrust back down on that, because I haven't done that since I died.
Temperature low.
You know, for as much tape as you put, like, on your suit, you think they'd have it, like, I don't know, should have, like, some cracks to the helmet. Scotch tape going right across it, making things blurry. All right, we should have cable analyzer. Tell me, yes, we do. Thank you. Yeah, so one of those goes on the supply side. That's what it wants for supply, and the output side. Okay. And we're making progress on this. We're getting there. We can actually pull that out. Now, you're not going to be able to read it because you're on the other side of the transformer. Son of a... really? I'm pretty sure that you cannot read through a transformer. Well, actually, technically, I guess we can put it on that way and read over that way. Yes, that will work.
Jetpack on.
Yes, because we're going to be actually pulling off there. We can do that. We'll run the data over. That will work. That's right, because technically the data line is a separate line. Which is pretty neat that they have that. Oh, I should have grabbed the labeler while I was over there. Okay. And there. Actually, we can go ahead and set it. It's not gonna, we're still gonna get it confused. Well, we could break it before we do the other one, I guess. That'll work. There's ways around it. Daylight sensor. Okay, power in and power out. So power in. I go through all the solar panels. Okay, there's the power in. Oh, power out. You know, I don't even really care about that because that's just for the LEDs, which is going to show us basically what percentage we're using based on, because it doesn't do anything with the batteries, I don't believe. That's just for the LED screens. And I don't really want to run a line all the way back from the batteries. And I wasn't actually going to plan on hooking up the LEDs anyway. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Let's see if it'll still run. Solar panels. Okay, well, obviously... Oh, so I'm assuming... Yeah, that's the power display. That's the time display. There's going to in-game clock on it. Who knows why? I'm assuming just because there's an extra spot that wasn't used. Power display, and that's what it uses. It gets off of the 2. So we're not worried about that. If it'll put out, I don't know. We'll see. Now, we do 1. I think it's only going to control 1 solar panel. Yeah, it might not. It might want to have those. So I'm assuming instead what we're going to tell it to do is to run the batch writer instead of the solar panels. Batch writer. And then we're going to tell it the... Oh, hey, there's a new consolidated patch that just came out. Output solar panel. Yeah, the resets to Zinner, displays net footage, integrated circuit plus holder, daylight sensor facing east, batch writer, and memory chip for multiple setups, LED displays, and cable analyzers. Let me see if they have a layout of it, because that's not... yeah, batch writer memory, but you're not telling me what the memory... how you're working the memory and the batch writer. I mean, obviously... the batch writer is obviously writing to the circuit, or to the solars. I don't see where the memory is coming in use, though.
Power low.
Setting, batch writer. And then output type. Input. See, now why would I need an input? Unless it's batch writing to the... Unless this is writing to the memory. Oh, that must be what it's doing. So instead of writing to one solar panel, it's writing to the memory, and then the batch writer is reading the angle. Okay, that makes sense. So input is memory, output is solar panel, and then vertical. And obviously it's throwing a hissy fit because there is no... yeah, you can't read a... Well, actually, you know what? Can we just tell it to it's both cable analyzers? No? Yeah, and then there's no LED, so it's wanting to do that. Well, we could make a couple LEDs, I guess. Actually, we have... Are LEDs still off of lights? Diode slide. LED. Very nice. All right. We got room. We do got room. Give me my screwdriver back. Thank you. Well, I guess if we really want it to work, we could do each line. We could pull it off of the APC. I could pull the data off of that. We'll kind of trick it. I mean, I'm not going to pay attention to it anyway. I have another program I want to use for battery monitoring and stuff. So what if we just do this? Now, honestly, I'm probably, if I wouldn't take the time, I could probably go in there and adjust the program so it doesn't even do that, because all we care about is the tracking on this. The clock is kind of a nice little feature, but I'm sure there's probably other circuits that we could use to do that, because really all we're adding is more power drain on this for not really anything. I mean, I'm sure there's other people that will depower in. Okay, now if we disconnect this one, I should probably do this with the labeler. And let's see. Should hopefully see it as two different data cable analyzers. Yes, that's what I did. I see. I did that to the memory, to the batch writer. Well, basically, the batch writer's reading this. This is outputting to the memory. Yeah, I had to think about it for a second, but it made sense. And that might get confused because they are both the same name. Yeah, because it's very poorly documented on this. Cable analyzer. Yep, that's outputting to the memory. And then we need two displays. So LED, LED, wall light long, wall light long. No, that's not the, we don't want that type of LED. And I don't want that up there either. I need a display type LED. Do we actually have another type of light now? Let's go over here. Because if we had one, it would be here. Kitchen, solar panel, transformer, lights, flashing light, fabricator, console, computer, beacon. Well, it's not the. We know it's not working on that. Oh, actually, we want a console, don't we? Or whatever it's. Yeah, we want the console. Yeah, it's really bad because he labeled that as LED. And 4 of them? 3. Oh, look, we built it to 101%. That one's got that extra bit of quality in it. Ah, there we go. Yes, that's what we want. Let's not slam into the ground, shall we? Okay, and we'll just throw it over here because we don't really care. I think we're going to want a medium on one. And, well, we can do medium on both. That's why I made 4. If you want to actually, thank you. And autosave. Yeah, I'm not. We're probably going to change this out. There's other ones that don't have the, shall we say, if you mean by make things explode unexpectedly, yes. You can blow up your whole entire base very easily and make the whole thing turn into a giant fireball. So in that regards, yes, you can make a meth lab in this game. Okay. Let us grab a screwdriver and then play musical cycle through the 5 million solar panels again. Let me display medium. Sure, why not? And then this should be the second memory display, or display medium. Ah, so there we go. Running. Oh, look how fast. Now, the good thing about this one is if anything goes dead, like this, these automatically reset back to the daylight side, or for sunrise. So it is currently 22, 47, 48, 49, 50. Wow, time flies. I don't know what you're talking about, David. I have no recollection of that. The 3 rolling saves would not point towards that. Yes, that is why we do 3 rolling saves, because sometimes things randomly explode, or they've exploded and burst into, or they burst into flames and you don't realize it until later on. Okay. So this is our current power draw, basically. Is I believe the way that this is supposed to. Yes. Let's put that in there, and so we get such a mess over here now. All right, so we can take off a lot of this. And yes, as always, I use power tools to remove my circuitry. And that's why things explode in this game. And we'll put a junction there, and then a corner. Well, that was interesting. So there's a lesson learned. When you pick an IC circuit, make sure it has only what you actually want on it and nothing else extra that you don't plan on using. because, you know, silly me, I just figured I could just not hook up. Oh. Yeah, we should actually have power to the batch writer. We'd be probably coming out tomorrow going, why is there no power in the base? Yeah, junction. There we go. Thank you. What are you? Why are you air? Oh, because yeah, we should actually have the data hooked up too. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Our power draw obviously dropped by 300 and something because it was not the nitro tank filling up too hot. It was the first furnace opened up. Yeah, we have had that a problem before. And I swear, every time I see those, I'm like, oh yeah, something's burning. I see smoke. It's the, you know, I love that, like, our suit batteries last, like, you know, 10 minutes, but these road flares basically just never stop burning. Oh, you know what? We can go ahead and eat that, I bet. Okay, there we go. That frees up an inventory slot. And will it let me... Oh, they will still stack. Very nice. I wasn't sure if they were... Once we'd programmed them, if they were... would still stack or not. So, oh, what I should actually do is read that now and see... what we are actually drawing on that. Oh, that was a processor. Oh, that was a processor. Thank you. Oh, we are so low on inventory space. Means we need to build more things. Use up some of this stuff. Keep things going here. Different slot. Okay. Alright, so that's a bit better. I don't really need... Oh, because we're starting to get... Are we starting to actually get a little bit of... There's a weird fluctuation there. I visit Montuk. Is that Mr. Montuk visiting? Yes. Oh, and it's actually 5. Yeah, for at least another half hour. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be a glutton for punishment and stay up like 36 hours. Because, you know, things are going so smoothly the last 2 episodes. Obviously, the lack of sleep is a great idea. Oh, and I should actually close that because I can't see my window right now. I had to pull up the instructions for this thing. So, I missed somebody. I'm assuming that's I visit Montuk. Alright. Oh, look at that. A nice big giant green number. Obviously red means there's a deficit or potential deficit. Or if it keeps on going, a deficit. Now we're showing a positive. Now, obviously this is not correct because we're cheating the system basically by reading off of this side. Which is really... it was so very nice. Which is obviously not accurate since we're sending power out. But I am not going to run a line all the way, a data cable all the way back to here, which is not, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's fine. And I wouldn't mind doing that, but I don't actually plan on using that because we actually have, and I don't know why that was a junction. I must have had a line had to run down there earlier. I mean, we need a corner, but we don't need a junction there. Beautiful. All right. So, and of course, we have to have 51 cables in our inventory. We actually have some more, so that's all right. That works. But I want to see what is. So 170 watts. So because we have all these LED displays and stuff. No, we only need one sensor. But I think it's just a leftover from, I think we had to run a line back over around on the old setup. So we're actually drawing 65 more watts opposed to the way we were doing it. But we also do have 2 data cables now, which we don't even really need, and 2 displays, which we don't even really need. So lesson is that actually, and we're sending 1,100 watts. So that is 208. Actual is, how is it getting? We shouldn't be pulling power down from that side. No, 7.7 kilowatts. And I want to see is if, well, you know what? Let's drop that for a second. Don't fall through the ground. Thank you.
Power critical.
There we go. And still 170 watts. So that's all. Oh, wait a minute. It's this side. That's what we need to read. Okay, 1.1. Oh, 1.2. Okay. Well, we can up it a little bit. There we go. Now we'll get full charge on the battery. That's what I wanted to check. All right. And we can actually just turn those off. Yeah, so 70, and that will probably actually save us a bit of power right there. Now we're using, okay, so it's 50 watts on each of those. So yeah, that actually saves us a bit of power. Yeah, and then now we're down to, oops, I dropped it 2, didn't I? I need to drop it 1. There we go. All right, so yeah, now we're just using 70 watts. All right, and that actually saves us a little bit, and we know our battery is going to charge up. So I am going to close that up. Since we do add a nice little display on the front of it, we don't even really have to pay attention to it right now. Yeah, I intentionally, well, I knew I was only moving one axis, so I picked a system I knew was only one sensor. Because there is a couple of, like, I'm going to say his name wrong. I always do. What is it? Semedo, whatnot. He does have a script posted that has, that uses 2 sensors. But, you know, I could see if you were on a spaceship and you had solar panels on it, you know, and you needed... actually, we're going to keep that on us. Well, maybe not. Let's say we need room. We need to put it somewhere. Leave it up there, because we'll remember that's there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The only yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, there's no real time you would need it unless you did some funky thing where you managed to get not lined up, which I don't even know if that's possible. The only other thought, my thought was, is if it was one of like Europa or something, if it wasn't lined. If it wasn't lined up. 88%. Yeah, I should actually keep track of it and see. 89. I should see what increments it's moving in. I didn't actually scan through the code to see what it's using. Yeah, probably the 15%. Because I think there is a 15% on the moon. It's a 15% offset or something like that that throws it off. Because there was a debate for quite a while, I think, about, well, something about it doesn't start. You got to do like a 15% offset, basically, which is what the, yeah, yeah, but it starts tracking immediately. So, and what the hell? How can you not read the sun? Yes, yeah. What the? Well, obviously that's an awesome system. and and that's east. It's supposed to be facing east. How are you not reading the sun? There's nothing there to block you. And how are you saying you're not in the sunlight? You're in the sunlight. I can see it glaring off of you. Oh my. Yeah, that's great. That's what we need is the solar panels don't charge half the day. Oh, error. Unknown error. Line 19. That's very encouraging. Oh, is this like when people post a ship on error unknown at line 19? Can we just turn it off? Turn it back on. Okay. Yeah, as I was gonna say, is this like when people post a ship on Space Engineers and then you realize that they obviously never used the ship? Now I gotta go grab the computer. We gotta go grab the editor. Well, good thing I was still out there watching it, because otherwise it'd been like, why is there no power in the base? Like, 2 game days later. Uh, just when you think that everything is going smoothly. Can I actually conveniently let me? Oh, that's cool. We can't really see the whole display like that, but I should have really made this. You know what? We'll just stick it right here. Why not? Except, of course, it's one block too far forward. I should form. Oops. I should probably actually sleep is what I should do. Though this I can honestly say is nothing. Oh my God, really? I can say this is nothing to do with my lack of sleep. Obviously, there's an issue in the programming. Let's. I'm gonna say make sure that that can read. I was gonna say watch. I'll go right here and go. Oh yeah, look the panel's not actually. Oh, maybe that's. Oh, you know what? Well, no, because it's reading on the daylight sensor that there's no. I was going to say maybe because I disconnected the daylight sensor. But no, it still finds the daylight sensor. So that's not. Unless it's because these are not actually on. I don't think that should matter if they're on. Yeah, still
Hunger. Caution.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. We're gonna leave those off. I think as long as they're connected, it's gonna think it's trying to write to it, so shouldn't really matter. And is that gonna work right now? Thankfully, thank you. I love how the computer hatch sounds like it's some like giant heavy door. Sounds like one of the airlocks or something is opening, not like this probably what would be in the real world a little flimsy. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You know, once I actually got the computer to place correctly.
Light off.
Line 19. Vertical solar angle. Solar sensor. Okay, so no. So yeah, that probably errored out because I disconnected the solar sensor. I'm guessing.
Light.
Or oh, you know why? It's airing out. Now it's airing out because I changed that cable and didn't put a. Yeah, it's not. No, it's not because I disconnected it. Oh, F. Thank you. I'm gonna say it's because it's saying that there's no angle because it can't find it. Unknown line error 14. 14. Diesel sensor mode 2. Set sensor to vertical. Set to power display. Okay, that should be set. It is set to vertical. Error unknown at daylight sensor. I wonder if we tried cycling through it. Probably won't. We'll go through all these. Yeah, I think it's because it's doing a question. Oh, that's right. You can do C to go back. Except then your guy is slowly. Okay, so daylight sensor. Yeah, daylight. It's because it's saying that there's no degree. It is in vertical mode. I know, that's what I thought. And it was working fine before. But to do that, I mean, we need it not, as far as I know, it can't be blocked. So it has to be down on this end. Unless they've changed that, which we could. It says it's to face east. Come on. And it's kind of supposed to be in vertical mode.
Stay.
And it should... Oh, we gotta reset it. Say, it should automatically set it to vertical mode. Daylight sensor. Oh. Current logic type at line 19. Yeah, because it's not set to vertical. Okay, now it's set to vertical. Okay, now we got no error. Well, we've got no error now, and it's reading 0 angle. But I think what's going to happen is as soon as it gets past, you know, once it gets past this and is blocked, it's going to read 0 angle. So it's going to come back out over here, which it should have been reading over here. It was before. So you're right, it could be. But we're going to go ahead and turn that off to save on power. And if we actually turn on the display, it's 3:39, so it should come up in a minute. I should have actually saved before I moved the daylight sensor, because unfortunately I had to you have to put a block there to get the daylight sensor to place. Though I guess I could move one out, because now I have to rip everything off the end to be able to place a block there. And 4:23, yeah, sun should come up in a minute. And then we should be able to see, and I guess I'll just leave the computer out here for now, because if we have to change the circuit or something, then, or if we're going to change the program, which we might do, there's multiple programs out there. And obviously I don't need the LEDs and stuff on there. Oh, you always have them on the frames? Yeah, I used to run issues where I couldn't have them on the frames. But maybe it's something they've corrected since then. Because I know in the one we did, the first season I did, which that was, 6 months ago, we had to have them sticking off, otherwise they would get blocked. Okay. And we should read in a minute.
Light off.
Though, I guess I can leave my light on. Yeah, because I think when we originally placed it, it would not read, and we had to move it, and I had to do the same thing, the funky, kind of move it out. The sun. Yeah, we'll find out once it gets past noon. Which, we should go make a potato. We can go do that. See, I did not expect to spend, like, the whole episode to do this. But, that's alright. Really? You can't read an angle yet, huh? You can't read an angle yet. I'm pretty sure you're in the sunlight. Maybe I gotta stick it up higher. Might be one of the terrain issue. I don't know, it was working fine before. Maybe the daylight sensor just broke. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a bug because that should definitely be reading sunlight. There's no way that should not be reading sunlight now. When was our last save? 5:02, 12 minutes ago. Okay. I am not going to say... I'm going to overwrite there. I'm going to load that one back up. Because that looks like... That's when the sun was pointing up and it was pointing towards it. Let's see if it does it again. Oh. Well. I guess have fun on your second shift, David. Yeah, I'm gonna load that one back up and see, because I think that was right before the issue happened, maybe. If not, we have it saved now. So yeah, because it's still not reading. So there's something funky going on there. There's obviously some type of bug. Which is kind of annoying because, you know, you immediately put down a circuit, it seems to be working, it all of a sudden stops working. You assume there's something wrong with the circuit. So basically we just wasted like, I don't know, 12 minutes. Our daylight sensor randomly stopped working, it looks like. We're checking now. But we thought it was the IC program or script that had an error, but now we've realized that, yeah, the sensor's not sensing, and it was definitely, you know, it was, I don't know, whatever time, 9, 10 a.m. in-game time, and the sensor was definitely in clear view of the sun. But we never ran into that issue with the daylight sensor. Well, actually, I've never run into that issue with the daylight sensor until we've just done that IC script. So I'm wondering if it's something to do with the IC circuit now being in the game or in the world. Because it was working, and I think it was actually right. Oh, see, now the mode's not set correct. That is supposed to be set to vertical. But yeah, that's right before we tore everything apart. So it'll be interesting to see if that keeps reading or not. Because it was somewhere around here when all of a sudden they just reset the... Oh. See, I don't know. Oh, default is vertical? Yeah, but I think the program actually... We were seeing, it was saying vertical before. It was actually saying mode vertical. So maybe it needs to, maybe the program needs to say mode default. But we're not reading an error on here now. But as you can see, it says grid sunlight no. When obviously that is in sunlight, there's nothing blocking it. That's where it's been since we put the solar panels in. And it was fine before. So now I'm going to see, since it's the same spot, we're going to save this as in stream 2. Well, I think it just, so it knows which way it's tracking. Because if you lay it down horizontally or you lay it down, it gives it a different output. Okay, so we're gonna go back, leave the session, exit. load it up and see if it still does it or not. Now, I'm assuming it's still going to do it. Especially just since it just repeated it pretty much in the exact same spot. So maybe it is something with the program. Yeah, I know. It did work 100% of the time before I went to the IC. Yeah, I can pull it out and try that. Well, we'll see as soon as we load it up and see if the daylight sensor is reading or not. If it's not, yeah, we'll pull the circuit out. If it is, then I don't know. Maybe it's not the IC circuit. Maybe it's just some glitch that was happening at the exact same time. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, you know, I think you might be right. We might pull the circuit out when it's fine. Now, because I think, which now I'll have to set the computer. Well, if this, okay, so no. And if we pull that out, still not reading.
Wow, 2 for 2.
Is there a way to reboot the IC? Yeah, well, we're not getting an error on it now, though. Yeah, see, now it says mode vertical. I don't know. I did pull the chip and reinstall. And that still says 0. And of course now the sun's going down. And then putting it back in, it still says 0. Oh, that's a reboot. Yeah. Oh, I kind of figured that, but I'm wondering maybe if that needs to say default mode, because now you see it's not saying mode default, it's saying mode vertical. And maybe if it sets maybe mode vertical, maybe when they wrote the script it's not correct. I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is, let's see. Oh, and it is prefaced with, this is the first script I've written for Stationeers. But I don't know, maybe nobody else has used it. It's been up there for almost a month, so you would think that if there was, yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is it's probably, yeah, I'm looking for script. Let's sort by most subscribed. 2 sensors. See, I don't want 2 sensors. Yeah, here's 2-axis solar. 2 sensor solar, which is the same thing. Okay, there's solartrack.com, which is supposed to be a really efficient one. Batch writer, why does it have 2 batch writers? Batch writer, memory, circuit housing. Oh, and this one's 2-angle, one simple tracker, 2-angle, daylight sensor in the north, cable to solar panel cable to west. Is that the power cable or the, oh, yeah. Yeah, but we don't really need, I mean, what do we need 2 angles
Caution.
for? Oh, let me see. What else do we have? Yeah. I mean, if you do 2, do you get any more? Oh, okay. Yeah, for Europa. Yeah, that's what I was, Mars solar tracking. Here we go. Oh, that's right. And he uses two sensors as well. 2 memory, 2 battery. Why would you track both on... Yeah, that was my thought earlier. But why would you use 2 sensors and 2 access on Mars? Yeah, he's got horizontal and vertical on Mars. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, Mars and the moon, you can do it with one. You only need 1 sensor. Advanced solar charging, press power flow, endgame time. That's the one we're using. Oh, how about auto solar panels? Does that work? Oh, that one is so simple. I swear, it's like probably the exact... Yeah, I know. Yeah, as far as I know, on Mars, you can't... You know, one's all you need. Yeah, that's for... See, that's, 2-axis 4-way... Angle, solar... Yeah, see... I should have just left it the way it was. But I wanted to do IC. Alright, let's try this. El Cheapo. Actually, I couldn't say El Cheapo, but very basic. So now I gotta put the computer back down. And I don't even know. Solar, all you need is a solar sensor and memory. Solar sensor and memory. Oh, because they did it. They did a setting to memory that they didn't need to do to memory, but we can do the same thing. We can output to a solar panel or output to the other memory instead of the solar panel. Yeah, we try it that way. And what we'll do is, not that we haven't done this enough. Actually, we're not going to save because we haven't changed it. No, I don't want to exit to the desktop. Leave session. Yes. Because we saved a couple minutes ago where it's where we have the computer placed down. Right there. Because that way we don't have to go place the computer down again. That's literally all we're going to do is pop the computer down. And we'll try this, and hopefully this other one will work. And we try this. And honestly, if this doesn't work, I should just roll back the whole entire save before we put that in. Though I think we've probably overwritten that by now. All right, so grab that without having a screwdriver in my hand. Oh, whoops. No, let's not do that. Let's put that back. Turn that on. Not that we have to have that open. Clear. Library. Oh, actually. Uh, type soon, so it'll slip out. Yeah, that was the one that uses two. I'm gonna try. This is the one we were using, but set sensor to vertical. It just says so mode 2. I don't know if we need to put mode 2 though. Station. Okay. Let's see if we can get a listing here of the.
Hanger, critical.
Okay, so there's mode 0 default vertical, mode 1 horizontal, mode 2 vertical. Why do we have two verticals? So what if we just say confirm and export. Hey, look. Well, it's working so far, but the sun's not. Oh, wait a minute. It started working again. Is that airing out because I haven't eaten? Is that what that annoying... How have I never noticed that sound before? No, and I do have a... Wow, I must have my sound turned up a little bit higher than I usually have it, because I do not normally hear that. Yeah, his is two angle. And we're still reading. We'll check. I think that's what it was. It was trying to set the mode vertical, which according to the documentation is a mode, but if your default mode is vertical, why would you have another mode? You know, why would you have two modes that are set to vertical? I don't think, you know, there's either some caveat to that, or there's not really a mode 2 on it. But we'll see here as soon as we get, because it was airing out when it was about here. I mean, if we make it through the day, then it's fine. But it seems like it kicked back in because we were showing as no angle there. But we'll see. If so, at least all this won't have been for nothing. I still would like to find one, or actually, you know what? We could probably just pull that out of the code. Actually, I'm gonna see. We'll let it go. We'll let it go a little bit. And see. Well, we'll know because we can just watch the solar panels, because the solar panels will reverse. Since that's what happened last time. But I have a feeling it's what it did is it ran long enough, and it must periodically go to make sure that the solar panel is set to the correct mode. It must cycle through periodically. And it probably ran long enough that it cycled through, because it didn't set it right at first. It was set to default at first. So if so, I'll post a comment on the workshop for that, that make sure you edit the program or let the author know that there's an error in it, and then they can fix it. And who knows, maybe there was a bug where they had mode 0, mode 1, mode 2, and then they realized, oh, nope, there it goes. So no, it's not that. It's something else. Which, see, now that I could see, because it's on the other side of the block, is being, you know, potentially blocked. And not, you know, not actually seeing the sun right now. But oh yeah, we could just use them. Yeah, that's right. I got fixated on looking for Mars. But yeah, a moon tracker should work just as well. Well, the problem is then you have to have one set up for both. Because it has to know to look for both. Let me see. Solar. Mars, solar. Yeah, why did he do moon, solar? Batch writer, memory chip. Automated tracking for your solar panels with integrated circuit, piece of cake. Okay. I could try that, but it was airing out when it was sitting out here as well. Though it's not saying mode default now, though, so... yeah, because see, we're having the same problem when it was sitting here, which it's never had a problem, so... I mean, it was definitely up high enough to be able to not be blocked. Okay, edit. Yeah, we'll have to look through here and see. There's probably an issue on there. Clear, library. Really? That one's... yeah. I don't know. There's something weird. I mean... yeah, it's either that or... let's see what it does. The sun's going to come back around. I do know that when the sun is down over... it will say 0, but now this one, the other program, when the sun sets, it makes it move back. I don't know if he's got SP setting or 0. Oh, that's for the, yeah, that's the one that makes it move back to 0. The batch. Oh. Yeah, that's right. This one doesn't use the memory. And actually, I might have to set...
Text message.
okay. Daylight sensor.
Text message.
Did this update? No device. No device. No device. No device. No device. Daylight sensor and batch. Oh, they don't? Okay. What if I pull it out? You know, pull it out of the world. Not pull it out, but, you know, have it not placed and then replace it down. Does it wipe it out then, or is it still... Ooh. That would? Okay, because we can just do that. That's fine. I don't mean it only takes a second. But those are... And of course, I bet, you know... Yes, that's the way we want it. Stop jumping around. And check. Export. I don't know, he might not have actually labeled it.
Filter low.
No, doesn't look like he did. Well, the only thing he's writing to is, well, he must be reading. I mean, imagine he's reading from the sensor first, and then outputting to the batch writer. Yeah. Daylight sensor, and then that's the batch writer. Because it's the only thing he's got showing on the two of them. Or... Daylight sensor and batch writer. And then we can actually pull that out. Pull that out. Pull that out. Oh. I see housing out vertical on solar panel. Yep. Okay. And that should hopefully do it.
There's supper on the stove. And you got a paper plate on the coffee.
Okay.
Okay, what is all this stuff?
Now it still says... Pry bar? Grinder? There we go. It's not even sunlight yet. And it should follow them down. Yeah, which is not as power saving as shutting them off at night or returning them to 0. So I have to look at that. Maybe I just have to make our own. I see. It is nice if they do turn back to east as soon as the sun goes down. Oh, I did.
Happy birthday.
Uh-huh. Did you just now remember? Uh-huh, I'm sure.
It was on Facebook and I saw it. That's friends.
Yep. It's always great when your wife forgets your birthday. Okay. Yeah, which is obviously when the sun goes down, they do, it does say the no question mark is normal.
Really? Sit down. Stop.
Okay. And we still have one more. And why can I not? What is it to freaking pull that? Oh, there it is. Oh, you just gotta hit it on just the right spot. That's annoying.
Jetpack on. Power low.
Yeah, everything's low. Let me get these off of here. That'll save us some more power. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. We're fine. No power. No filters. We don't really need to breathe. Okay, we're going to shut that computer down because I think we're going to end up killing our battery. Oh, sun should be coming up in a minute. Actually, we can just unplug that. As I try to clean things up here. What? You should have power. And you should all be connected. You not daylight sensor? Yeah, you're okay. You're still connected to the daylight sensor. It shouldn't be disconnected. Daylight sensor, batch writer, IC, vertical, solar panel. Yeah, it's normal that when the sun is actually down that it does that. Oh, did we just run out of power? Sun sensor. Should be. It was a minute ago. I think the problem is we ran out of power. It just went dead. So I think it was only partially. Oh, there we go. We're getting a charge now. Oh, what the hell? It shouldn't make a difference. Everything is still. And that's data on that side. That's power, data, power. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I just isolated the two, and it needs both. Because we've got data on that side, but now this is a power-only side. So I need that crossover. Which we will just do right there. To make it, that's what it was. Three-way corner. Not three-way corner. Four-way corner. There we go. Yep. Because we weren't getting data over to these, the output side. All right. There we go. Math min batch way. Min batch kept tracking. The sensor didn't. Um, yeah, this actually doesn't, if it's down below, it doesn't output, but you'll still see your panels still move back and forth, if that's what you're saying. Because even though this says it's not outputting because it's not detecting sunlight, it actually still, technically, they don't hide it from it, even the sun from the sensor, even when it's under, you know, behind the horizon. Okay, so anyway, now that all that is over, I should see if we can, I'm pretty sure we can change the calculations to make it a little bit more. Wow, that's not plugged in. I'm not going to screw with it right now. Because I think he's using the old style calculations where it's dividing by 1.8. Which is not as accurate as doing it by the 1.5. But it will be fine. We're around 85%. Alright. Anyway. We're hitting about 2 hours right now. So we're going to call it good for this episode. And let me... And I'm just going to leave everything like this for now. We'll do cleanup later on. Probably before the next episode, maybe, if I remember. I'll run around and do a little bit of cleanup. So, yeah, we ended up being tied up in solar panels all day. But good thing to know that the other IC is bugged somewhere. So, obviously, again, it was not tested before he uploaded it. So, yeah. So we'll have to, which it's not throwing specific error. It's throwing, somewhere it's referring back to, I don't know. It was referring back to line 14, line 19, depending on what was going on, which is just setting the stuff. So it seems like it's locking up somewhere or something. Sun was still up, i.e. yours reset. Mine also stopped tracking on the sensor, but output, oh. This memory is still tracking. Huh. Yeah, no idea. Are you running the beta, or are you on the regular branch? That's the only other difference I can think of, is if maybe you're on the regular branch and I'm on the beta branch. And maybe there's something in there. There was just actually an update too. Or they just did a consolidated update, I should say. While we were streaming, which is not going to have anything different than, since we're already on. Except the regular update came out while I was streaming this episode. So technically, well, yes, I see what you're saying. Yes, the beta and the which they haven't updated the notes online, so that's not very helpful. It tells me there's an update queued, and the recent news is for December 12th. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 4:30 peer-to-peer multiplayer. We've been working on pipe and cable placement improvements, scenario and incident expansion, Logitech force right. Yeah, this is Yeah, it should be the same now then. Train optimized camera filter. Yeah. Yep, and there's the last two bug fixes that were from last night. Is when they did the Stationpedia from paragraphs to one entry per line for clarity. And actually, there was a localization patch last night too. Update localization files. Yep, current 21st January, which was earlier this morning, my time. I'm trying to see if there's any comments on anything that would. Yeah, no, I don't see anything that's jumping out at me that would cause an issue. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just reading through. I had to, it wasn't showing up on the news page, basically. I had to go to the, Stationeers page and it popped up. But it might be because I'm actually playing the game. Alright. Anyway. And I bet our potatoes are probably shot.
Jetpack on.
Oh, they're dead. Yep. Poor potatoes. Alright. But we're baking them. So that's, you know, we're getting a lot more mileage out of our potatoes now. Okay, but we're going to call this episode good, and I have not heard back from either of the two places I needed to hear back. The potatoes are the running joke. They are. We will never, we're boycotting all other types of food. We're going to have nothing but auto. I know, that's actually part of the whole fun of the potato on Mars thing. It's actually wonder why I wonder if that's why they added them to the game. But yes. Anyway, we will call this good for this episode, and that cable is really bothering me. Yeah, I have not heard. Okay, they just officially closed now. My watch just beeped. It's now 6 p.m. my time. I'm going to eat my dinner and go to bed because I've now been up for like 26 hours. So, fun times. Or something like that. 25, 26. No, 26. 24, 25, 27? I think 27. But, yes. And when I wake up, which will probably not be anytime soon, we'll jump back in here and hopefully not run into, because we do have some more.
Hunger. Caution.
I think I'm gonna not do any more IC circuits that do not have comments on them. So from now on, they have to have some comments, so that way at least somebody says, "Hey, it's working great," or "Oh my God, it's broken." That way we will know and not have issues. Yes. Oh, and real quick, before we go, I just realized, how much are we actually using now? Oh, 70 watts still. Oh, yeah, because the memory doesn't have a power connection. So yeah, it's the same draw as it was. Though I guess the readers, the data cable, cable analyzers must not draw any power either. Which I guess they're not. They're just a data line, technically, because I don't think it is a power line. So yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Lesson learned: do not use the advanced solar tracking script. If you see it, for now, I guess I will post a comment on it to the author so he knows that it is broken. Check. and or at least that there is some potential issue there. And yeah, but like I said, I will when I get up. Which this is funny because this is what the time I'd be normally going to work, but I will be streaming, and potentially, I guess the latest is tomorrow afternoon. Though, if you're watching this later on, tomorrow afternoon is probably not very helpful. Is a time frame. But yes, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. And I will just run over to the base so we have an area to start off in. All right. Yes. Have a good night. Well, it's not night for everybody, but you know what I mean.